Today we're going to look at one of Joe Brady's favorite pass plays, but Ohio State's actually running it, and I've seen a lot of other teams run it. Florida's ran it quite a bit this year. It's a mixture of a smash route over here on the single receiver side with the running back out and an under concept or a drive concept. Right here they actually run the under from the number 3 receiver. You got a dig, and they got a square in. Some people may call it levels, whatever. But right here, the only receiver over there to the single is going to run a corner. He's going to run some type of a flat route. I've seen some people run a swing, some people run that arrow. And all they're really looking for is somebody going to take that running back. If nobody takes that running back, throw it to him. If that corner takes the running back, you're one-on-one with his safety. If you don't like it, then obviously you go under, dig, and then the square in that kind of paces itself right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full field read right there. A little bit different from what Ohio State's kind of ran in the past. Not sure if they decided that they were going to run it based off of what they saw from LSU, but really good concept, and we'll see what happens on this play. Right there, you got an inline tight end going to the corner. Right there's the flat route from the back. He sees his corner giving ground. He's got his butt to the flat route, so just flips that thing down to him. 1st and 10 situation right here. You can take completion, get the ball in space, see what happens, and right there they get 4 or 5, and we can run it back and see exactly what's taking place with the rest of the routes. He kind of paces it a little bit so he doesn't run on top of that out route. As you can see right there, he kind of slows down just a little bit, and he's going under right there to replace this backer for if he drops. And right there he does drop, so you can see a lot of space right there for if that corner had jumped that out route. I obviously would have looked to try to throw that, and then this would be the next read right there. Here's a square in for if that backer is chasing right there, he can beat him to that spot. Then we got another in right there by number 1 receiver up top. But we'll look at a few more routes, and they do it a little bit differently whenever they're seeing man coverage as well. Here's another look at that same play from Ohio State. This time they're running it out of a set with 2 tight ends. They got 2 receivers over here to this side. So the single receiver obviously going to run a corner right there. Got some sort of a flat route right there from the running back. Tight end runs under. Then we got a dig route right there, and then some kind of in right there that's paced itself because he knows he's the 5th read. But we'll look at it real quick. As this is snapped, you can see this corner turns his butt to the sideline. He's getting depth. There's the flat route right there. If it's there, take it. That's what they do. Make this corner come up and make a play from depth right there. One-on-one with the running back. He ends up getting a 1st down and a good gain right there of 10 plus. We'll look at the rest of it. As you can see, that corner is really high over the top right there, just in case this corner stays low. Here's under from the tight end. You can watch it. He's not really going in just a crazy pace, busting his tail to get across there because he knows he don't want to get on top of that running back. He wants to space it out. And there's that dig, and then here's an in route right there by number 1 to the top. Here's the same concept, just a little bit different as far as the way they're protecting it. What they end up doing whenever they think there's pressure is they leave their back in. He still runs kind of a corner and out route, and these guys switch who's running that under and who's running the dig. Really good beater for man. They don't really do it right here against man coverage, but that's pretty good right there. And now you got your 6-man protection. The progression, you could glance at that, especially if you feel like it's one-on-one, but I'd really go 1, 2, 3 right there to the square in or the slant, and we'll look at it real quick and see what happens. Right there, obviously getting a little bit of pressure. He's outside releasing, trying to get a little bit of a rub right there on that backer. He's coming under. You saw Alabama or LSU hit a few guys with that under right there against man coverage. Right there, he's replacing these linebackers that are dropping and getting out of there. That's our very first look. So he darts it to him right there, gets a completion. Still a backside right there, but if he gets vertical, he's going to get a pretty decent gain. Right there, he ends up breaking a tackle and still getting to the sideline. But really good beater against man, especially right there being able to leave your back in. Obviously, you could release him and be hot. Right here, if they release that guy, they'd be hot off that linebacker. Obviously, he could peel, but could possibly be hot and get that thing out, which we did quite a bit this year. Here's another look at that same concept again. Dig right there, got the under, keeping 6-man protection. And right here, we'll play it and see what happens. They end up bringing a corner blitz, a little bit of pressure again, keep leaving those 6 men in so they can protect. And you can see right here how much space that under has. Now you could one-step that and throw that to him right there, especially against man coverage. But right there, he's outrunning him to that open space. For some reason, Justin Fields doesn't really like it, so he gets off of it. and goes to that square end, which he has leverage right there. You're going to beat him to that spot. Definitely would have taken that easier throw right there, a lot more space, but right there just misses low. You got to put those ends and stuff like that from the eyes down on those receivers on their body so that they feel comfortable catching the ball right there. So he misses just by a little bit. Probably not the greatest progression right there. Probably should have seen the boxes open to take advantage of it. Here's another look from that same game against Indiana. Right here they end up motioning their receiver across to a trip stack look. And once he gets stacked, he ends up running the dig. He comes across to the outside, and then he runs that shallow. They just run a fade over here to this side, and there's that in. Probably the coach just said, hey man, we saw that under had a lot more space than that square end did, so let's get to that quicker. And right here you can obviously see there's a ton of space. That linebacker's dropping, so we just want to give it to him right there. It's a 3rd and 8 situation. This wide receiver's not quite ready. He puts it on him right there. Pretty decent ball. Probably really wouldn't want him to extend his arms. Probably want to put that right on his body, but not a bad ball. Should be a completion with a lot of space right there for a chance to get a first down. Right here, this guy, I'm not sure if he's running that dig or if this is kind of a different concept. Looks like he's running kind of a glance. And they've got a square in right there from that outside receiver. But you can see exactly what they're looking for. Looking to take advantage of guys that are dropping, or place them in the box, or possibly a blitz, all that stuff, while keeping a 6-man protection right there. Running a very similar concept that they ran when they were in a 5-man protection. Could be great against man coverage. Also could be great against just a box that's going to drop and get a lot of depth right there.